Well, Marietje Schaake is a Dutch MEP for the Democrat 66 party. They are, in her words, the only progressive party to finish in the top four, according to those exit polls. A very good evening to you. It's a complicated picture tonight, but who do you see as the winners and who do you see as the losers?
Well, it is complicated, but there's also a lot of reason to celebrate. I think we see a clear gain for those parties like my own who have had an unequivocal progressive agenda to look beyond our borders to European cooperation and to really stand firmly against the nationalists who certainly did not do as well as they may have hoped or others may have feared.
Right. But one reason potentially the nationalists didn't do as well as they had hoped is that Mark Rutte made a pitch to the people and said, look, I can give you that if that's what you want. And that seems to have stabilized his position to some large degree.
Well, we've seen the Prime Minister, but also the Christian Democrats, frankly, increasingly in the days leading up to the election today, moving to the right and saying more and more what would be extreme things a couple of years ago towards immigrants, more nationalist symbols like singing the national anthem standing up, for example, which was a proposal from the Christian Democrats. That is certainly not the course that we have chosen as the Democrat 66, and I'm very encouraged to see that there's also a lot of room and support for this other narrative. A lot of international media have been looking at the figure of Wilders, but I think there's a very strong other story to be told tonight. The progressive parties with an open-minded, open economy, open society agenda have won tonight.
Right. And it's very interesting because what you're seeing then is the centre-left squeezed out, really, aren't you? They're squeezed out between these two big forces of, if you like, populist right-wing and the progressive liberalism, as you would describe it. And the two sides of Dutch society are now, if you like, polarising around two different positions.
Well, indeed, there's polarization between conservative and progressive, I would say, and there's a couple of parties on each side. And I think the story of the Labour Party is more one of a 4-year-long coalition with the party they said they would never govern with in the previous campaign. So I think that's been a big disappointment for their constituency.
Right. Marietje Schaake, thank you very much for your time.